Hi, are you looking for a video about women in international organizations, perspective, challenges, possibilities? Or maybe you're looking for a video about why women tend to be better leaders in multinational organizations than men? This video is not about this. My name is Alexandra Jaskulska, and yes, I'm going to tell you about women in international organizations, but I'm going to focus on one of cultural dimensions proposed by Geert Hofstede. I will focus on masculinity versus femininity. Geert Hofstede, Dutch social psychologist, conducted one of the most comprehensive studies on how values in the workplace are influenced by culture. He defines culture as the collective programming of the mind, distinguishing the members of one group or category of people from others. He also believed that every person's mental programming is partly unique and partly shared with others. Geert Hofstede's model, explaining national cultural differences and their consequences, was introduced already in 1980. He described national cultures along 6 dimensions. Today I'm going to focus, as I mentioned before, on one of them: masculinity versus femininity. Sometimes also related to as tough versus tender cultures. The fundamental issue here is what motivates people: wanting to be the best, masculine cultures, or liking what you do, feminine cultures. Now let me briefly describe feminine and masculine cultures. I'm going to start with feminine. In feminine cultures, dominant values in the society are caring for others and preservation. There is also a strong preference for cooperation. Modesty is a key. There's a very big will for consensus. Because of this, resolution of conflicts are usually made by compromise and negotiation. In feminine culture, there is a sympathy for unfortunate. And also in feminine cultures, there is overlapping roles of men and women. Failing is just a minor accident. Work and life balance is crucial. Work in order to live. On the other hand, in masculine cultures, ambition is really important. People are very ambitious. They have need to excel. Preference in society for achievement, that's also important characteristic for masculine cultures. Material reward for success, that's something what people in masculine cultures are willing to get. People in masculine cultures have a tendency to polarize. Managers are expected to be decisive and assertive. Resolution of conflicts very often by fighting them out. There is a sympathy for strong. In feminine culture, there are definitely separate roles for men and women. Failing is seen as a disaster. And in the contrary to feminine culture, work and life balance is a concept which is not really working there. People in masculine cultures do not work in order to live. They live in order to work. Now let me give you a few examples of masculine and feminine cultures. Cultures which are masculine, that's definitely Central Europe. I mean Poland, Romania, Bulgaria. But we can move to other parts of the world. Let's have a look at Mexico, United States, Japan. Feminine cultures. Talking about feminine cultures and examples, that would be definitely Northern Europe. Northern Europe, I mean Norway, Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and Denmark. Those cultures are the most feminine cultures in the world. But also the Netherlands will be a good example. You may ask, why am I talking about this? I'm supposed to talk about women in multinational organizations. So how it is connected? Let me explain you. I'm a trainer and a coach for the last 10 years. I conducted trainings, workshops, webinars. And I realized that this dimension, masculinity versus femininity, is very often misunderstood. Even for those who have a very big experience working in multinational, multicultural organizations. Very often people see women as the one who represents such a called feminine values or feminine dimension of culture, and men as those who represent masculine values, masculine dimension of culture. But this is definitely not true. Please remember that it's not about gender, it's about culture and the values which we believe in and we follow. So to sum up, women in multinational organization, masculinity versus femininity. I wanted to tell you that you should not treat your business partner based off his/her gender, but rather on the culture and way of work, way of communication. This is a key to success in working in multinational environments.